Welcome to Once Upon a Mealtime. I'm Doug, your host, and this is my kitchen. Remember to like, subscribe, and mash down on that notification bell so you will see new content as soon as it's available. Before we jump into today's show, I want to give credit where credit is due. A little over 2 years ago, I subscribed to a YouTube channel belonging to Jacob Orth called Jacob's Life in Vegas. It was during this time I had the idea I could start my own channel. I contacted Jacob through Clarity.fm, and Jacob spoke with me for about 45 minutes, answering my questions about what it takes to create YouTube content. I want to say thank you, Jacob. I took your advice to heart, and this is the result. If you would like to check out Jacob Orth's channel, I've posted a link to Jacob's Life in Vegas below in the show notes. Now, last week, we made a soy-free, keto-friendly mayonnaise. What I didn't do was spend any time talking about why a person might consider eliminating soy from their diet. According to the website foodallergy.org, there are 8 major allergens. That list includes milk, eggs, peanuts, tree nuts, wheat, soy, fish, and shellfish. The site states there are approximately 1.9 million people in the United States who are allergic to soy. According to other internet sources, most of the people who have a soy allergy are able to tolerate soybean oil. But there are concerns with soybean oil that go beyond allergic reactions. Soybean oil is used in so many processed foods that if you were to completely eliminate soy and soybean oil from your diet, you would be eating almost no processed foods. Soybean oil is so common in the food industry because of its low cost. It is not because it's the healthiest oil. In January of 2020, ScienceDaily.com published an article about research done at the University of California, Riverside. According to that article, research showed that not only does soybean oil contribute to obesity and diabetes, but it may also affect neurological conditions such as autism, Alzheimer's, anxiety, and depression. According to this paper, when mice were fed soybean oil, a number of genes in those mice were not functioning correctly. One such gene produces the love hormone oxytocin. In soybean oil-fed mice, levels of oxytocin in the hypothalamus went down. The research team discovered roughly 100 other genes also affected by the soybean oil diet. They believe this discovery could have ramifications not just for energy metabolism, but also for proper brain function and diseases such as autism and Parkinson's disease. There could be a host of reasons you want to eliminate soy and soybean oil from your diet, and some of the foundational food items to consider are mayonnaise and salad dressing. Today, we will be making 4 different dressings, all using our keto mayo from the previous episode. First, we'll make honey mustard dressing, then yogurt ranch, avocado cilantro-lime, and creamy French. Check out the show notes below for the ingredients and food macros for each of the dressings. For the honey mustard dressing, I have here 2 tablespoons of honey, 1/4 cup of keto mayo, and 1/4 cup of mustard. I would rather use Dijon mustard, but I just didn't have it on hand. Instead, I'm using yellow mustard with 3 teaspoons of white wine added. Dijon mustard is made from wine, and you can always add a little wine to yellow mustard to help approximate the taste of Dijon. I will also use 1 tablespoon of white wine vinegar and 1/8 teaspoon of white pepper. I'm simply going to add my mayo to a bowl. My mustard. And my honey. Let's not forget the white pepper and the white wine vinegar. It's as simple as whisking the ingredients together. And there you have honey mustard dressing. I actually made one mistake right there. I added twice as much vinegar as I needed to. I'm going to fix that right now by adding another tablespoon of honey. Next, I'd like to show you a yogurt ranch dressing. Ranch dressing comes in a lot of varieties. Some use buttermilk or sour cream. Today, we'll be using Fage Total Zero yogurt. I have my ingredients laid out right here. Inside my bowl, I have 1/2 cup of our keto mayonnaise. I also have, adding to that, 1/2 cup of Fage Total Zero yogurt. In this bowl, I have my dried spices. There's 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt, 1/2 teaspoon of dill weed, 1/2 teaspoon of dried chives, 1/2 teaspoon of garlic. There's 1/4 teaspoon of white pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of Cilantro monk fruit sweetener. I use that optionally. Sometimes I use a little more. For some reason, my tastes just say I want it sweeter now and then. Last but not least, we're going to add 3 teaspoons of lemon juice. And once again, making dressing is just simply giving it a quick mix. Now at this consistency, you could probably call it a dip. So I also have a little bit of water just to thin it down to make it the thickness that you want it for your dressing. I'm going to add it just a few drops at a time. Maybe about a teaspoon at a time, until I get it as thin as I want it. And there we have yogurt ranch dressing, as easy and simple as that. And when it's that easy and that simple, why would you consider going to the store and buying it and paying 3 times the price, plus getting all that soybean oil at the same time? I've got everything ready now for our avocado cilantro-lime dressing. For this one, you'll need 1 very ripe avocado, and you may want to mix this with a food processor. I'm going to be using my stick blender. My avocado is still just a little bit firm. And in this bowl, I have 1/2 cup of our mayonnaise, 1/2 cup of sour cream. To that, I'm adding 1 tablespoon of lime juice, 3 teaspoons of cilantro paste. That's about 3 teaspoons right there. The avocado is in there. I'm adding 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, a 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of white pepper, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 1/2 teaspoon of Cilantro monk fruit sweetener. I'm going to give that a quick blend with my stick blender. You can see that's still pretty thick. I have a little water here to the side just to thin it down, make it to the consistency of a dressing, or you could leave it this way for a dip. And that, my friends, is all it really takes to make something a little more exotic out of your dressings. A nice avocado lime dressing. We're going to set up for our final dressing, creamy French. We're back. It only took a few minutes to set up for our final shoot here. And now we'll finish off with our creamy French dressing. I have in my large bowl 1/2 cup of our Keto-Mayo. I'm adding to that 3 tablespoons of tomato paste. I'm adding 3 tablespoons of cider vinegar. Actually, I've changed my mind and I'm using red wine vinegar. I've used white wine vinegar for this and the cider vinegar. They're both very good. I thought for once, I'm going to try something a little new right on camera. I'm adding 1/2 cup of monk fruit sweetener. Yes, that's a lot, but remember, you're trying to offset the tartness of this tomato paste. I have in here 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of white pepper. And finally, I'm adding 3 tablespoons of olive oil. You can use any healthy oil, but I like to add the taste of the olive oil to this. And like our other dressings, it simply takes a quick mix. And there you have my take on creamy French dressing made with healthy, keto-friendly ingredients, eliminating that nasty soybean oil. All it needs to do is sit in the refrigerator and blend just a little bit. If you think it's a little bit thick, you can add, of course, a little bit of water to thin. Give these a try, let me know what you think, and may we all eat happily ever after.